Welcome to today's session, Communication in the Workplace. These are the topics for today's session. What is communication? Types of communications, communications process, communication channel. What is workplace communications? Effective communications, challenges of effective communications, benefits of effective communications, listening and hearing, communications climax, cultures, and social communities, group and teams, organization culture, mass media and interactive audiences, communications technologies, questions and answer and references. Let's get started with our first topic. What is communication? Communication is the imparting of message and information via verbal and non-verbal communication. Communications only occur when a message has been sent, received, and understood by the intended receiver. Communication is a means of connections between people and places. Types of communications. There are various types of communications. Verbal communications, in-person, telephone, mobile phone, radio, television, and other social media. Non-verbal communications, body language, gestures, and artifacts. Printed communications, printed materials, newspaper, emails, internet, or other social media. Visual communication, visualizations materials that transfer messages or informations. Communications process. This process starts with forming a message by the sender and ends with feedbacks from the receiver. Sender develop an idea and encode into a message and use a medium to transmit the message. Message was received by the receiver, decoded, and receiver's feedback to the sender. In between, there could be some noise interruptions. The communications might not be effective if the receiver is not paying attention or not engaged. Communications channels. Communication channel is the way or equipment we use to communicate. There are various communication channels available. The most commonly used are mobile phone, emails, social media, and printed media. To communicate effectively, one must choose and use the most suitable communication channel, as each channel serves different purposes and audiences. What is workplace communication? An organization consists of people from various nationalities, personalities, and upbringing, hence make up the organization culture. Workplace communications is the conveying or sharing of ideas and information in the organization, both verbal and non-verbal. To promote engagement and involvement by employees and deadlines are met accordingly, communication is essential. Workplace communication allows companies to be productive and efficient. Management and employees can communicate freely and naturally when they feel engaged and committed. Effective communication. To have effective communication in the workplace, the solution would be to have a central portal where everyone have access to all the relevant informations, communications, and contracts. Effective communications helps to strengthen relationships in the workplace and improve teamwork, speed up decision making and problem solving. It improves negotiation skills and reduce conflicts and build rapport. Challenges of effective communications. While diversity enriches the environment, it can also cause communications barrier. We must take into consideration this important aspect in order to have an effective workplace communications due to the different backgrounds of the employees. Locations or country. Different locations or country of employees might cause an obstacle in the communications. Response might not be immediate due to time differences. Language spoken. The language used might not be comfortable for people whose first language is not English. The accents could also make it difficult to understand, therefore creating an issue. Cultural differences. Employees from different countries or culture might have difficulty accepting or understanding the communication style. Hence, the communications might not be as effective. Esteem issues. Low self-esteem or low confidence will affect communications in the workplace, as employee might be shy or too fearful to communicate freely. Thoughts or experiences. Employees who have different exposure might have different experiences and thoughts. Their values and perceptions might be different. This might create a lot of misunderstanding and conflicts. Frustrations and confusions might build up if employees are unable to communicate effectively in the workplace. Benefits of effective communications. Effective workplace communications are essential as it improves organization productivity, efficiency, and profits. Effective communications prevent misunderstandings and conflicts in the organization as employees are working towards same objective. Effective communications build trust and rapport between employees and management. Effective communication is essential and crucial for expansion to international business opportunities. Effective communication reduces confusion and bridge communication gaps. Listening and hearing. How to improve effective communication? Listen without bias. Listen attentively and stay engaged. Do not judge others with your own perception. Take note of the non-spoken sign. Don't just focus on listening. You need to take note of all these signs and interpret it correctly. Self-conscious. Take note of your own emotions and mental health. If you are feeling burnout, chances are you might not be able to receive others' message or information accurately. Genuineness. Be open and genuine when communicating. Be respectful of others and yourself. This can help communicate clearly and effectively. Communications, climax, culture, and social communities. Our culture and experiences can be either a bridge or an obstacle to effective communication. Acceptance of people from different nationality with different cultures and thoughts, their actions and value will also be different. People from different culture will have different perception and their social group or way of interactions will be different. Some people are rooted to their cultural beliefs and perception. It might not be easy to change their beliefs. Some people accept differences readily even though they do not agree or understand them. Groups and teams. Due to the cultural differences, we need to be watchful of the level of understanding when we communicate with people from other countries. To ensure employees work together amicably without conflicts and misunderstanding, there must be effective communication in place. Manager is able to feedback on employees' work performance without any bias or prejudgment when there is open and effective communication. Trust and rapport between employee and management can be built with effective communications. People are more engaged and motivated in their work when they can blend into the organization culture. Management and employee are connected when effective communication are in place. Employee will feel that their voices are heard and understood, thus building trust and rapport. What is organization culture? Every organization has its own unique culture. Organization culture consists of core values and vision that makes up its unique branding and image. With organization growing internationally, the requirement to communicate effectively is essential and necessary, as employees are required to communicate with their worldwide counterparts. Mass media and interactive audience. Use of jargon while communicating is not considered good for effective workplace communication. The content of the information plays a major role in the workplace communication. The success of a speech depends on the speaker's credibility, as he had established the respect and rapport with the audiences. When the speaker is well prepared and knowledgeable, the audience will show acceptance as they feel that he is trustworthy and the information he provided is trustable and informative. Although it is normal and common, speaking anxiety does affect the delivery of the speech. There are many ways to counter speaking anxiety. Relax and do some breathing exercises before the speech. Practice make perfect. Prepare in advance and practice a few times. Research your topic earlier. A well-prepared speech will reduce the anxiety. Communication technologies. Communication tools may distract employees from their duties, even though they facilitate communications. Email, social media, instant messaging, and telephone are the most commonly used communication technology. In order to stay unique in their branding and image, organizations usually create and own their digital technology system and platform. Complying with the local laws are essential when setting up the organization's own technology system and platform. Organizations are to take note of their technology privacy and security in order to prevent any external attacks from internet users. Privacy and security measures need to be taken into considerations when dealing with external customers and vendors. Here are some of the possible questions and answers one would have on effective communication. This is extracted from the Grossman Group website by Mr. David Grossman. If communication is so critical to business, why isn't there enough communication in business today? Communication is often seen as someone else's job, not knowing everyone plays a part to communication. Why do leaders need to be effective communicators? Today's leaders need to be effective leader communicators and use strategic communication as a way to achieve the business goal they seek. Leading is communicating. You can't separate communications from leadership. Without communications, employees lack directions and can't measure their performance. They lack an ability to see themselves and their work as part of the bigger picture. They can't add values by contributing as a thinking member of the team. How can leaders measure the effectiveness of their communication? We all have blind spots, and most of us tend to overestimate our skills. Effective leader communicators practice just like great athletes. Leaders don't have to be perfect, but we all need to work on flexing our leadership muscle so we get stronger over time. A great place to start is to listen to how you're doing in meeting your team's needs. Employees appreciate good communications coming from management. It produces a healthy work environment. When employees are satisfied with their job, they're able to efficiently perform their duties with a positive attitude. With that, I have come to the end of the presentations. I hope you had enjoyed the session. Thank you.